Leave it. Leave it. Come on. Leave it. Come on. At this point in time, he would normally bark. Come on. Leave it. Wait. Come on. But he's not being reactive. I actually have the leash dragging on the ground. If you pay attention, the leash is actually on the ground. He's not pulling. His leash is on the ground.
About me, but you think I really care? I've been grinding hard for all this shit, now you wanna compare? Seriously, see results, never quit. Everyone is in it, y'all the money in this music is. Yo, so better run, little sucker. Get on my way. I'm coming for the #1 spot. Cause I can make this shit blow, make it gunshot. Gunshot, 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 gunshot.
Hey, what's going on, Ashley? Welcome back to Madison Bell. Today I got a special guest. This is Lincoln. He is King's grandson. He looks just like him. This is Donnie's son, right? So Lincoln is here with us for a few weeks to do some training because Lincoln is really reactive on leash. He's really reactive to people. He's really reactive to sounds, and he's really reactive to everything. So what we did, Ashley, already is we put a prong on him. I don't do prong and e-collar videos. There's many of them on the internet. A lot of people have them, and I have no comment about them. You either know how to use them or you don't. So we put a prong on him. The only time I do e-collar training and prong collar training is with clients one-on-one. I don't do videos on it. But on this, we put a prong on him, right? And we have it set right nice and neat. His e-collar is a sport dog. So he's 80 pounds. So we're not going to use a small e-collar on him. We're going to use a training collar. We're going to use a sport dog, right? So we have the sport dog on him. Now quickly I'm going to show you him walking on leash, how we change his whole attitude. So when he walks on leash, we have him on a prong and we're using a leather leash. We're using a leather leash. We're not using anything else. The reason why we're using a leather leash is because I can use this to give small pops when I want to get him to come to me. Here, here, here. If I want to turn and go this way, if I want to teach him recall with this, I can extend the leash. Everywhere I go, he's going to want to go. So I'll start walking away. Here, he's going to come to me, right? Same thing. I'm walking with him. You see me walking with him. I'm going to let him go out a little bit. Here, immediate recall. Prong is doing that. E-collar's not doing that. Prong is doing that, right? He's not being reactive to anybody. There's two people standing over here, right? So before he wanted to be reactive when he saw people, he doesn't. If you look at the leash, I actually have absolutely no pressure on the leash. If I want him to come with me, everywhere he's going, everywhere I want to go. I'm not going anywhere he wants to go. His job is to stay with me. That's his job. If I want to turn here and go here, his job is to stay with me. If I stop and I decide to go this way, he's figured out how this prong works. So he's gonna, if I start moving, he's gonna move real quickly. He wants to keep up. He doesn't want that prong to add any pressure. So again, if you look at the leash, it's loose. It's a loose leash. It's slack. It's not, I don't have it balled up. I'm not yanking him. I'm not doing none of that, right? We spent hours doing this after you dropped him off. He understands the method and he's got it real good. The reason why I know he understands it is because I trained his great-grandfather. He's just like his grandfather, right? So his grandfather wasn't crazy about treats. He wasn't crazy about toys. He was crazy about affection and pressure, right? So the minute I start to move, he moves because the leash is my communication with the dog. As soon as I move, he moves, right? He is King's grandson, so he is that. He has all the genetics. and I can train him just like his grandfather. Wait. Now, he doesn't do any obedience commands right now because we haven't worked on that. We've just been working on leash. This is behavior stuff, right? Now, mind you, he's only been with me for a few hours. He's walking slightly behind me. He's not pulling me, right? And I know a lot of people don't believe in prong collars and e-collars and everything, but they consistently have these issues, all right? These tools, if they use properly, will help the dog in every manifestation of training of what they got going on, if they're used properly. This tool is being used properly. There's no pressure being added. He's been taught the pressure, how you add pressure if you want to go somewhere. I can't add pressure because he won't allow me. He's staying with me. You only add pressure when the dog doesn't want to stay with you, but I'll show you. Here. Here. Immediately. He's with me. Right? He's healing. Let's go. Let's go. He's not pulling me. He's walking beside me. Let's go. Let's go. Really simple, right? I want to take him on a walk. I can take him on a walk. He's not going to pull me. No matter what he sees, he's not going to pull me. Good boy. I can leave him right here. He's right here. I want to recall him. You're going to watch this leash real quick. This is recall. Here. It's done. Little leash pressure. He's right here next to me. Same thing. I'll show you again if he allows me. Here we go. Here. Here. I said the command before I actually gave him a tug. The reason why I did that is because I'm teaching him recall. I'm going to do it again. Here. Here. Easy, right? Here we go. Make him stop. Here. He's going to get this really fast. I make him stop. Here. Here. Really fast, right? Here. And he got it. Really simple. We'll do it again. He realized he came when I said here, so he didn't have to get tugged. Here. Lincoln, here. That's how this works. This is called repetition. Lincoln, sit. Wait. You watch him. When I move, he moves. Here. Lincoln. Here. This is easy recall. I'm not using any treats. This is called pressure and this is called affection. Here. Good boy. Here. Good boy. This is when you have a dog that's, I know Lincoln likes treats. He'll probably be doing treats in a couple days. But this is how we train them if they don't like treats and toys. Here. Easy recall. So again, if you watch, I'm walking him on my thumb finger. Lincoln is walking on my thumb finger. There is no pressure being added. I have two pinky fingers holding his leash. Let's go. Command presence is important when dealing with any German Shepherd or any working line breed. If you don't have command presence, you're going to have an issue. The dogs recognize an alpha whenever they work with them. People can call themselves alphas, but dogs know who alphas are. So if you are an alpha, you'll be able to work with a dog of any breed, of any stature. If you're not, you're going to have issues. So he's staring at my son now. We're going to see his reaction. If he's going to be reactive on leash. We want him to be reactive on leash because we can't fix him if he's not. Normally in this setting, Lincoln would have been barking at him already, but we've been working with him all day, so he's kind of determining whether he's going to do it or not. So we want to wait and see if he does it, and I can show you how to correct him. So I'm reading his body language, and the minute I think he's going to react, I'm gonna time it at the same time to correct him. And he's decided he's not going to do it, so he's understood very fast. Well, understandably, he's King's grandson, so he ain't stupid. King is a very smart dog, so he understood really quick after a couple corrections that behavior is not tolerated. Brendan, come here real quick. I want you to go stand over there real quick. Over there, just right over there by the little thing. Just right there. Leave it. Leave it. Come on. Leave it. Come on. At this point in time, he would normally bark. Come on. Leave it. Wait. Come on. But he's not being reactive because he's being managed. This is what I call leash management, when you can actually properly operate the leash and control a dog. If you cannot manage the dog on a leash, hence leash management, then the dog is going to be reactive, barking at everybody. Sit. Sit. Well, we got to work on that, don't we, buddy? But at least you're not being reactive. Come on. All right, thank you, Brendan. Leave it. Leave it. This is leash management. So, for those of y'all that are understanding it, we have a prong collar on him. He is wearing a sport dog. You haven't had to see me use the e-collar because we're using a prong. The prong is a manual e-collar. That's what I call it. It's like a wind up e-collar, right? So, I mean, prong collar. So if you have on a prong and you're using both, then you got issues. You should be using one. The e-collar is for later training, right? So we knew his training level. Actually, his training level is 1. This e-collar goes up to 7. His training level is 1. He can't go past 1, similar to his grandfather. So you wanna get this leash like this. If you don't actually know leash management and you need to work it, you're gonna have this leash like this. Here we go. See how we're working them? We got it bungeed up like this. So we have the leash like this, so he doesn't have 40 feet of leash. He's only got about 3 feet, if that, maybe 2.5. He's right by my side. I can keep him where I want to go with him. So Lincoln brings back memories. He's my grandpup. He looks just like his grandfather. So he makes me miss his grandfather. So he just needs to be managed a little bit more. Lincoln. Instant recall. Difference when you add a tool into it than when you don't have a tool. His next challenge is going to be to go walk out here, see other cars and people, and see his reaction and fix his reactivity. First we fix it in here, then we fix it out there. That's how that works. We don't throw them in a frying pan. We have to allow them to understand how to work the pressure, how to release the pressure, how does it work. Once they understand how it works, then we can add pressure. Lincoln, here. It's done, right? So that's repetition. That's Lincoln. I actually have the leash dragging on the ground. If you pay attention, the leash is actually on the ground. He's not pulling. His leash is on the ground. All right, so we're gonna wrap this up. I'm Madison Bell. This is Lincoln. We just finished doing some Onleash training, and we're not pulling anymore. We're not barking at people. We're not being reactive, and we're walking with the handler, with the leash dragging on the ground. Y'all have a good one on Madison Bell.